but I thank you for your patience in me. Even though I've been waiting this missing.
Let's go to First Maccabees in the Apocrypha. This is the Apocrypha. Because we once was in the institutions also. We once was going to church on Sunday and those different things. Until we understood and regained the knowledge of the Bible and regained the knowledge of the records that have been taken from the children of Israel and hid. These are the books that they give the Masons. The one that do the dedication dance outside of your church when they're putting the cornerstone up. This is one of the books. They have other books also that they're sitting back, holding back, like there's something about those. Go to First Maccabees, chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse 41. You can go on the internet also and type in Apocrypha, and it should be able to give you the text where you can read along with us. And it's a King James Version Apocrypha that was taken out of the King James Version Bible. One of the brothers, hand me the 1611 inside the bookcase over there. It's on top of the Strong's Concordance. We're going to let the brother go to First Maccabees chapter 1 and 41. But we want to show you that this book was located in the King James Version Bible. Thank you. Before it was removed. Apocrypha. The King James Version Bible, 1611. It's not a collectibles item. That's what they're telling the people when they go to purchase the book, that it's just a collectibles item. Well, we collected it and found some missing records that was located in it. Let's go to verse 41 of First Maccabees.
Apocrypha, First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
So this is the same thing that happened back then. This is the same thing that happened in modern day today. Antiochus gave this decree, which was a law, to force the Jews into pagan worship. We're going to read about it. Go ahead.
And everyone should leave his laws.
Anyway, so they agreed. And since the Gentiles were serving other idols and agreed, it was some Jews that had a problem with that. Let's go ahead.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
So here goes some Israelites consenting to what Antiochus has said, to his religion. Go ahead.
And sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
And sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. Go ahead, brother.
For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judea, that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
So even the laws that you following today in your land, they're strange. Go ahead.
And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
So they wanted them to destroy all the customs and judgments and statutes that were given to the children of Israel. This is what Antiochus wanted them to do. Go ahead.
And pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
We're going to show you how they did this. Read it.
set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh.
What kind of flesh?
Swine's flesh.
And folk talking about, you can eat this as long as you pray over it. You got that custom from the other nations. We're going to show you what holiday you got from them too. Go ahead.
And unclean beasts.
And what?
And unclean beasts.
Man, you all better wake up and go and get this record, man. This is show you that the people have been destroying us before time. Before you reached America by way of cargo slave ships. Go ahead.
That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
So they wanted to make their souls abominable in all manner and all uncleanness. Majority of the food, majority of everything that is set up in the Americas is unclean to destroy your soul. All of the religions that are set up over there are to profane the Sabbath. Seventh-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witnesses and anybody else that's talking about they keeping the Sabbath on Saturday and they set up in some religion. The Sabbath is for the children of Israel, a sign that was made between them and the Creator of the heavens. So you can keep your Seventh-day Adventists and your Jehovah's Witnesses. They both false ideology set up on the western side of the world. Talking about they are throughout the earth. We have been traveling. We haven't seen them over here. Ain't nobody on the door talking about, are you ready for Jehovah's return? Let's go ahead, brother.
To the end they might forget the law.
That they what?
They might forget the law.
This is why your pastors say nowadays that the law is done away with. Go ahead.
And change all the ordinances.
So that they can change all the ordinances. This is what happened. They forgot the law, changed the ordinances, and sacrificing swine's flesh. And Israelites was down with it. Not all though. Not all. Go ahead.
And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
So that was the fear right there. They pumped fear in the people saying, we're going to kill you if you don't do this. Majority of the people today, if you tell them that if you don't go to church on Sunday, if you don't eat this pork flesh, if you don't celebrate these holidays, we will kill you, they will do it. And we're going to show you how they do it spiritually. People do not want to give up Christmas and Thanksgiving and Sunday worship because they're going to be afraid of what the church members think about them. They're going to be afraid of what their family members think about them. They're going to be afraid what the people at their job is going to think about them. So they are afraid to give it up. But the Lord told us, do not be afraid of their words nor their faces because He is with us. Go ahead.
In the self-same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judea to sacrifice city by city. So
here it is, this king set up overseers, and these overseers was to make sure that the people was doing exactly what the king wanted them to do. This is the same thing that happened in America. They set up overseers in our community, called them honorable men, but they really are to watch over them and to keep us down to make sure we do exactly what the government wants us to do. Sounds like voting. Sounds like let's go out and take our souls to the poll. Sound familiar, people? Change. Go ahead.
Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law. And so they committed evils in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for succor.
So here is Israelites, after this is taking place, here is Israelites fleeing, coming to destroy you, to bring down your community, set up music to bring down your community, set up fads to bring down your community. It's a problem with you fleeing? I don't think so, brothers and sisters. You need to flee somewhere for your security. Go ahead.
Now the 15th day of the month Seselu, in the 145th year they set up an abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the city of Judea on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in their streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire.
So they running through the city, then cut off all the supply to the people to where you can't eat. Set up this altar where they sacrificing swine's flesh. Set up incense at the doors. Anybody that had the holy records, they was burning them and all that. Didn't they take this book out of the Bible during our time? Yes, they did. Why? To try to take the records from you the same way they did back then. Because these people go back and check the records about us. That's how they knew who we were when we went over to the Americans. But the Most High people have no knowledge. So you never go back and check the records to see how you ended up in your captivity. How you ended up sacrificing swine's flesh. It's going to show you. And it's going to show you where you got your holiday from. Let's get it.
And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
So that's why people keep their Bibles in the car. That's why people are scared to walk around with their Bibles, because this same spirit is in the land today. The same spirit is in the land. You don't want to get caught with your book because you think people going to look down on you. You don't want to get caught talking about you going to Bible study. You don't want to get caught talking about you been studying the Word of God, because you think people are not going to deal with you in the same manner. The same way these people were. They didn't want to get caught with a Bible back then. That would have been murder. These people better wake up. And it says, or if any consented to the law. This is why your pastors tell you today, under that same spirit, that the law is done away with. Because if they tell you that it's not, and they begin to teach it in their congregation, they already told you that half the congregation going to walk away. So they going to feel like their church is going to die. You better look at it spiritually and quit looking at stuff physical all the time. But since you have no knowledge, of the spiritual eye, you looking through the carnal eye all the time. When the carnal mind is at enmity with the Most High. You better wake up, people. Go ahead.
Thus did they, by their authority, unto the Israelites every month.
When?
Every month.
This is every month. The same way that they have a holiday set up every month. You all better wake up, man. It's getting close to that time, because these type of things was not coming out during slavery time. It's coming out now because this is the generation that will bring forth the Most High and His Son. You better wake up, man. Go ahead, brother.
To as many as were found in the city.
To as many that were found in the city. Now let's see if they were celebrating December 25th before Christ was on the scene.
Now the 25th day of the month.
That's the 25th day of the month. Go ahead.
They did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of God. So
this December 25th, do your history, do your research. This is around December 25th, 167 BC. That these people were worshiping December 25th, given to them by a king.
And the reason why we know it's December is because it's the month of Seselu. If you check the Hebrew calendar, Seselu is near December or November.
Exactly. Do your research, people. Do your research. And if you need help doing the research, contact the brothers. To show you the information. But this is December 25th, during the time of Antiochus, when he was up there persecuting the people in Jerusalem. So what are they talking about that December 25th is Christ's birthday? We see this is where they built the altar to sacrifice swine's flesh.
So I pray that I make it. Lead me not into temptation and deliver me from evil in these wicked places. All praises to a higher, the Son Yeshaya, the Holy Spirit.